Wow. I can't believe this. So this whole time they built the Great Wall of China to keep out Matt Damon. It's crazy. The Great Wall stars Matt Damon, Tianjing, Willem Dafoe, and is directed by Yimou Zhang. So what's up, guys? It's time to review The Great Wall. But first, I want to give a quick shout out to Emmanuel Corbello. Really, because he asked me. He sent me a message on Facebook and said, hey, could you give me a shout out? Absolutely, Emmanuel. So there you go. Emmanuel Corbello, you get a shout out. So The Great Wall is about these two mercenaries. They are in search of black powder, and they are pretty much combing the globe, and then they get captured by this group called the Nameless Order out of China. And the two mercenaries in question are William, played by Matt Damon, and Tovar, played by Pedro Pascal. And normally the Nameless Order would completely put an end to these guys, but there's a bigger threat in the name of the Tao Tai, which is this group of creatures that are on the other side of the wall. And so the Nameless Order, along with the help of the mercenaries, have to fight this group of creatures. Now, I was hoping that this would turn out the way of The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. When I first heard about that movie, I thought, Tom Cruise in a movie called The Last Samurai, this might not be that great. And that turned out to be an epic, one of my favorite films. Not the case with this movie, but first let's get into the pros. Yimou Zhang is a great director, actually. The guy knows how to make things beautiful in front of the camera. He did that with Hero, which is a fantastic film with Jet Li. If you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. And he also did the House of Flying Daggers. So the guy has a fantastic resume, actually. And also, if you're dealing with Asian culture, you already have me on your side because I love films about Asian culture. It's just a beautiful culture. I lived in Japan for 3 years, and I was just completely fascinated by how different their culture is from ours. It's really beautiful. And there are moments of that, but I mean just minor, brief moments. And I wish they would have focused more on their culture. Okay, now let's just go ahead and get right into the cons because I'm really just trying to make up pros for this film. The biggest problem with this movie is there is no heart and soul. It's completely forgettable. And that is a crime when you're dealing with, again, Asian culture. There's just so much beauty to be had there, and why not take advantage of that? Now, I get that this is kind of a battle movie, kind of a war movie, but movies like Kingdom of Heaven, Braveheart, I could go on and on. They deal with these battles, but they also have all this great emotion going on to, give all this weight. You have to care about these characters. And that's where The Great Wall really just fails. Also, the creatures in this movie, again, just completely forgettable. It's a CGI fest. And in the trailers, the creatures were much more interesting, actually, because there was this great mystery about them. And I think they could have done that with the movie itself. But instead, I mean, guys, right in the beginning, you see the creatures. And it was kind of a letdown. And then lastly, there's just forced romance between Commander Lin, who is one of the commanders for the Nameless Order, and William, played by Matt Damon. And there's really no chemistry there whatsoever because they don't take the time to build that relationship. A perfect example is, again, in The Last Samurai, they built the relationship between Tom Cruise and the widow that was in that movie. Beautifully done. And they really never hooked up in the movie, but the chemistry was just palpable. And lastly, Willem Dafoe. Talk about a predictable character through and through, more of a caricature than a real person. I honestly couldn't wait for him to get off the screen, and I'm a big Willem Dafoe fan. The guy's done some great stuff, but he was kind of just useless in this movie. He's just one of those characters you could see right through. So in the end, guys, The Great Wall, you might have a decent time with it on a Saturday afternoon, but for me, it's something I'll never watch again. I'm gonna give this a 2 hours lost, and that's a shame. So anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on The Great Wall? Looking forward to hearing them. Also, check out the Killer Flicks Facebook group where we talk horror all day, every day, and on Fridays, we do Free For All Friday, so we can talk about anything. Also, if you look down below, you can see all my social media links. If you like what I'm doing, be sure to click that subscribe button. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Have a great day, and Drumdum out.